water bottles.
All right, good to go. Okay, we welcome UCLA head coach Cori, Charisma Osborne, and Angela Dugalić. Coach, I'll have you open, and then we'll take questions.
You bet. You know, Utah made some great adjustments from our game 2 weeks ago. Give them credit. They really took advantage of some of our switches in the first half, and then when we stopped switching, they really found some three-point shooters in the second, and so just really want to give credit to them. They're a really, really good team, and Lynn just does such a great job with their team and their program, so hats off to them, and can't wait for them to make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. You know, at this time of year, we always say in our program, the reality is the tougher, more together team wins. And I thought both teams were pretty darn tough, but we found a way to win every quarter. And it might have looked different, it might have been a little chaotic, but we found a way to make enough winning plays together to win each quarter. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And so really proud of our selflessness and our response. Angela's a great example of that. Angela had a really rough first half. And if you don't get to neutral, as we say, and ask yourself, what does the team need from me right now, you're not able to respond like she did. And we responded. We had some frustration out there. I thought the way that Lauren just kept handling double teams. Didn't matter if it was getting fouled, and she didn't matter if she got rewarded. Bottom line is she was going to sacrifice for the team, and she was going to take double teams, and she was going to make winning plays. She responded to the adversity. And then this one just led us. From the very first quarter, I thought she hunted for her shot. She was aggressive, and what she does defensively for us is unmatched. And so bottom line is we found a way to be the tougher, more together team and found a way to win.
Thank you. We'll start in the back row here.
Eden Lassie, Yahoo Sports. This is for Cori and Charisma. I talked to you guys at the beginning of the year, and you said that Angela was a player that was going to surprise people and going to be really big for your team. She was huge tonight. Just how have you seen her kind of continue to progress into her role this season?
You want to start?
You start.
I remember when we had early games and we had shoot-arounds at 7:45. Angela's like, "Will you meet me at 6:30? Will you will you meet me for some extra form shooting?" Whatever she was cleared to do as she was coming back from her injury. And I think what you saw tonight is a manifestation of all the work in the dark. We have a phrase that the work done in the dark always eventually comes out in the light. And I just think her versatility, I thought she made some huge rebounding plays, huge plays around the basket, but obviously those two deep threes late in the shot clocks were really, really big for us. But that was deliberate work over a long period of time when no one saw what she was doing. And I just think she's barely scratching the surface. And so the best is yet to come for Angela, but really proud of her work and how she stayed emotionally level.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think Coach Cori said it pretty much.
See, you shouldn't have let me go first.
I know. But yeah, like she said, that Angela's just put in so much work, and obviously everyone doesn't see every single thing that she does, but we see it when she's after practice shooting and doing extra shots or before practice, and I'm just super proud of her, and I think our team has so much confidence in her, and I think she's starting to feel that in herself, which is really good at this time.
Thanks. Thank you. Sabrina?
Sabrina Merchant, The Athletic. Angela, I guess just to build off of that, Lynn called you the X factor in this game, and I'm just curious, what openings did you see, and what's working for you right now at this stage of the season?
Yeah, I mean, our team is so deep. Like all 12 players, you have to guard us. We all have different things that we're really good at, and you take away one thing, we got another thing. So, I mean, my teammates and my coaching staff give me so much confidence, and I think that's what I struggled with coming back from my injury, and it's just trusting myself, trusting my instincts. And I mean, it's still rocky here and there, but I think today was I don't know, I feel I don't know, this is weird, but my eyes were wide open, and it was just a different feeling. So even when I'm not having a good game, I know what my role is, and Charisma's having a good game, I'm gonna get her open. I just want to stay on the floor and help others, and but that just goes everybody on this team leads in different ways. Like Kiki is a silent leader, but like her actions are just incredible. And we have like different voices. Cam is very like directive, knows what she's talking about. We call her Google all the time. So, but it just, you know, I'm surrounded by really good people and people who believe in me. So, yeah.
But she has a teachable heart, and at halftime, before we come out, she came up to me, she goes, I need 2 things to focus on. Give me a couple things to focus on. What do I need to do? And that teachable spirit is what helped her respond.
Go right over here.
I'm Gavin Carlson, Daily Bruin. For Charisma, first off, how's the leg?
It's okay, just a little banged up. That was an aggressive game for sure, but I'll be fine for tomorrow.
And then secondly, Coach talked about you coming out aggressive. Could you sort of sense that Utah was giving sort of extra attention to Lauren Betts in the paint, and did that sort of contribute to you coming out aggressive and having the big game you did?
Yeah, I think definitely from the jump you could tell that they were being aggressive towards Lauren, but I think I was just being aggressive to begin with. Like, doesn't matter. I think we had some good matchups, and I've been practicing my pull-up a lot, so I've just tried to get to that.
Okay, we'll go 2 on this side, and then we'll come over here.
Alexa Philippou, ESPN. Cori, when you're talking about Utah, actually 2 quick ones. When you were talking about Utah earlier, Lynn was saying that she thinks that their style of play is really hard to play against, and so in the tournament, when opponents aren't as familiar with them, that could really come into fruition.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you agree with that or could see that play out.
Absolutely. You know, watching them in non-conference, we happened to be there in Connecticut. We played Florida State and they played South Carolina, and just watching their style, it's just, there's very few teams that play that way. And they just they spread you out so far, and their ball reversal is so good. They have multiple people that are shooting the 3, but they also have an inside presence, both off the post feed, but also the way they attack off the bounce. And so I think that they really are poised. If they can shoot the ball well enough and get good ball reversal, the biggest thing for them is how well they played defensively tonight. I think that really is what allows them to take advantage of their offensive skill set. And so that's what I give them the most credit for, but I think they're going to be a really, really tough out in the NCAA tournament.
Gotcha. If I could just quickly do this, my second one. With you guys winning, I think it's 8 games of your last 9, and the one that you lost was the crazy Oregon State game.
Don't remind me.
Oh, please. Very well fought game. What do you like most about the way your team's been playing these past few weeks?
I think that we're built on the right things, even though I would like to see us play a little more fluid offensively. I think our defense has been number 1 in the Pac-12. Our rebounding has been, pretty unflappable for the most part. I thought we didn't start out the third quarter very well rebounding the basketball, but I think really we did a great job. And, I think it's really easy to grow on the offensive end when you have an anchor in defense and rebounding, and I think that's a huge piece for us. And so I think that's what's really led to our consistency right now. Even though I think we still have some growing to do on the offensive end to be a little bit more consistent on how we're getting easier shots together.
In front here.
Tuknina win with the LA Times. Angela, what were the 2 things that Cori told you at halftime, and how did you kind of like reset for the second half?
I think one was composure and I don't know if I remember that. I don't know. I just needed something. It's like someone to tell me like, okay, you got it, and calm down. And I'm like, I'm already calm. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like a lot of emotions. I'm difficult person, but yeah.
The bottom line is we have a phrase that you got to talk to yourself rather than listen to yourself. So I could have said the sky is blue and everything's peachy keen, and it would have been okay. Everything would have been okay. Inside joke, but but the reality, it wasn't what I said. It was that I didn't want her to get in her own head, in her own loop, and so it was really about just replacing that.
Lauren Wayne, the Daily Bruin. For Charisma, similar to Gavin's point, but you came out the gates just looking like in your groove, similar to reminded me of the Cal game. But then you went out in midway through the third quarter with to get treated on the sideline. Coming back, then you knocked down your first jumper and your first look. What was it like getting back to neutral for you?
Yeah, I think just shooting my shot with confidence, that's just been like a big thing that I've been thinking about lately. So I think I was open, and that's literally my favorite shot, to go to my right and on the baseline. So, or second favorite shot, the middle is probably my favorite. But Yeah, I was just super confident shooting it, and obviously I made a couple in the first half, so that helped for sure.
Way to give away the scouting report.
It's okay, they can't stop it.
Oh, all right. Good answer. Good answer.
The far back there.
Ahmad Akawi, USCFootball.com. Of course, you play USC, a team that you beat early in the season, and then a team that you lost to in the Galen Center. What are some of the things that all three of you are looking forward to tomorrow? Some of the things that stand out, and how y'all have changed since those two matchups?
Well, I think just both teams have gotten better. I think we've gotten more of an identity. We've gotten, we know who we are more by this point. I mean, we played each other in the first 2 weeks of the conference season, 2 weeks apart. And so there's just so much growing that has taken place. And it's really going to come down to which team can play to their identity most consistently. Both teams have really good strengths to play to, and obviously we're going to be trying to take away theirs. They're going to be trying to take away ours, and which team can do that on a consistent basis through the ups and downs of the game. We call it controlling your response. I think that's the team that's going to come out on top. And so, I mean, that's why some people don't like conference tournaments. I love them because it's like a dress rehearsal for the pressure and the moments that you're going to feel in the NCAA tournament. And this is going to be like an Elite Eight, Final Four level game. And, how awesome is that? And two great teams from Southern California that not only want to win and be a part of prominence on their own institution, but both programs want to be a part of growing the game of women's basketball. And so I'm excited for the battle. And I think both teams are better than when we played each other in January. And it's going to be a great, really, really fun game.
I'll go. Yeah, I think it's like Cori said, like it's so great for women's basketball. You have two, Elite Eight teams facing each other, and first game in Poly sold out, second game in Galen sold out. So it's just like that atmosphere and people investing in women's sports. It's great, and it's going to be such a good game. I think USC's so good, and I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been waiting for this game for a while now, and I think the second time we played them, we didn't really play our best, and we know that. So I think this team is ready, and I know that it'll be a super competitive game just because we're rivals, and then on top of that, both really good teams. So I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Jeff in the back.
Jeff Metcalf, Pac-12 Hotline. This is mostly for Cori. One of the other coaches, it might have been Adia, was talking about how when Pac-12 teams go into the NCAA tournament, they do a really good job of taking things away from other teams, maybe more so than what teams from other conferences do, and that is part of the reason that's responsible for Pac-12 teams succeeding at the level they have in
Agreed.
the last few years. Yeah, could you just sort of reflect
Yeah,
on
I think there's two parts of it. One is they're just such a high level. So we've been in those moments so many times. It's just such a gauntlet. And I feel bad saying that because everybody talks like that this time of year and they're all campaigning for their conference, but our numbers don't lie. So that is a reality for us. Secondly, the diverse styles of play and styles of coaching, all at a really high level. But you've got some teams that are pressing and playing up and down and high pace of play. You've got some that want to control it in the half court. You've got zone. You've got player to player. You've just got so many different things that you have to prepare for. We've got teams that play small ball. We've got teams that want to pound it inside, And so I think that you have just had to adjust quickly. We're the only conference that our weekends mirror what the NCAA tournament does every single week. So we're practicing that prep cycle all of the time. And so I think that the elite status of the coaches and the players in this conference, the diverse styles of play, and how we have to be prepared night in and night out, I think is a combination that lends to great success in the NCAA tournament. Anything else? I just want to say thank you to all of you, and this is obviously a really mixed bag, having this be the last Pac-12 tournament with so many amazing teams and such an amazing year for women's basketball. Thank you to the media for how you have raised everybody in this conference up, and most people were in bed during our game today on the East Coast, and if you're not telling our stories, people don't know, and that's been the case over my 13-year tenure in this conference, and I just really want to say thank you to the media. I want to say thank you to the Pac-12 people that have worked so hard behind the scenes. It's just been so sacrificial and a labor of love, the way that they have supported these women in their rise. And then lastly, the alumni. The alumni of the 12 schools that we are experiencing right now, they have blazed a trail that we now walk in. And I just think as this journey and this amazing experience in the Pac-12 comes to an end, I think it's really important to be humble about the shoulders in which we stand on and say thank you to all the people that helped us get there. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Quick reminder for everyone here working, we're going to